You can pinch some belly fat with your fingers. That fat sits under your skin. But there's another kind of fat. You can't pinch, you can't see it clearly. And it doesn't just sit there. It acts. It signals. It interferes. This is visceral fat. And not all belly fat is created equal. There are two main types of abdominal fat. Subcutaneous fat, the soft layer under your skin, and visceral fat, the deeper fat that wraps around your organs. Your liver, your pancreas, your intestines. Subcutaneous fat is mostly a storage depot. Visceral fat is metabolically active. That means it releases chemical signals into your bloodstream. Inflammatory molecules, hormonal messengers, fatty acids. And this is where health risk changes. Visceral fat is strongly linked to insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease. Not because fat is evil, but because location matters. Fat stored under the skin is relatively stable. Fat stored around organs is more reactive. It drains directly into the portal vein, the blood vessel that leads straight to the liver. So when visceral fat releases fatty acids, the liver receives that signal first. Over time, this can increase liver fat accumulation. It can worsen insulin resistance. It can disrupt normal glucose regulation. That's why two people can weigh the same, but have very different metabolic health. One may carry more subcutaneous fat. The other may carry more visceral fat. And their lab results can look completely different. Here's something important. You cannot directly measure visceral fat by looking in the mirror. Even someone who appears not overweight can carry high visceral fat. This is sometimes called TOFI. Thin outside, fat inside. The opposite is also true. Some individuals with higher body fat may carry proportionally more subcutaneous fat and less visceral fat. So how does visceral fat accumulate? Several drivers: chronic stress, high insulin levels, excess refined carbohydrates, sedentary lifestyle, sleep deprivation. You've heard these themes before. Because they connect. Cortisol encourages central fat storage. Insulin blocks fat breakdown. Lack of muscle reduces glucose control. It's not one hormone. It's a network. Now here's the hopeful part. Visceral fat is actually more responsive to lifestyle change than subcutaneous fat. It tends to reduce faster when metabolic health improves. Studies consistently show resistance training reduces visceral fat. Moderate calorie control reduces visceral fat. Improved sleep lowers stress signaling. Walking after meals reduces glucose spikes. Even losing 5 to 10% of total body weight can significantly reduce visceral fat volume. You don't need extreme measures. You need consistency. One more important detail. Waist circumference is often a better risk marker than scale weight alone, because central fat distribution correlates strongly with metabolic risk. But this is not about chasing a flat stomach. It's about reducing inflammatory load, improving insulin sensitivity, lowering cardiovascular risk. The goal is not aesthetic perfection. It's metabolic stability. Visceral fat is not a punishment. It's a signal that the internal environment has been in storage mode. Change the environment, and the signal changes. Quietly. Gradually. Reliably. Not all belly fat is equal. But your body is adaptable. And metabolic health is not random. It responds to patterns. The question is not, how do I lose belly fat fast? The better question is, how do I improve the signals my body is responding to? Because when the signals change, the storage changes too.